Hello and welcome to the Boost Over Ball podcast, your go-to source for all things Rocket League, with your hosts K-Cube, Quilly, and Red. So lean forward, lock in, and get ready to go Boost Over Ball.
Here we are. Ooh, the hat looking good.
Getting festive. I do have a green quarter zip that I probably make this look even more festive. It's a lot of work to go dig that out of the closet.
Hey, I'm wearing the green. We're good. We got.
All right. We're mixing and matching.
Oh yeah. But just the two of us today. Red was at urgent care earlier today for some sickness stuff that he's still dealing with. So we will forge on just the two of us. Tis the season. How have you been partaking in any festivities?
Definitely the spending money on gifts part. Definitely that part more than anything. Just got done making gingerbread houses with the girlfriend. We do play Rocket League. We do also have a girlfriend. Might be impossible, but somehow we make it happen. We just got done. It's pretty much only the Christmas thing, I've been quite literally busy. So I haven't really had much time to do any other things outside of that. But yeah, got most of the spending done. Just got to actually still have to wrap the gifts. That actually is a part of the process.
Yeah, that same for us. That's a tomorrow issue, though. I mean, I do have the wrapping paper right here, right next to me.
Standby.
Oh yeah, and gotta have that tape and everything. So we got all kinds of stuff. What?
You're just missing scissors, man. Oh, we ready. You guys do anything fun Christmas related?
Not. I mean, we did a white elephant with some friends on Sunday. All the Christmas lights and the Christmas trees are up.
Mm.
And then I think we're spending most of the day with my family tomorrow and on Thursday. So nothing too crazy. But
did you get anything cool in the white elephant?
I got a toilet seat.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like
a special toilet seat or just straight up a toilet seat?
Straight up a toilet seat. And the best part is it will not fit any of the toilets we have in our house. So I have a toilet seat.
The day that thing comes in handy, though, it's going to be one hell of a thing. I will say I had a Christmas party last week. Big up of it. I won a bog bag. You know what a bog bag is?
Maybe.
It's for beaches specifically, so I'm going to imagine in the nicest way possible, you being the Michigan guy, beaches aren't your forte.
You mean like lake beaches, but not like ocean beaches.
Wow, fair. So it pretty much it's like a bag, but it looks like a crock bag. It looks like a crock. It's like rubber and it's got like holes in it. I won it for I put in like a ticket for a raffle. I was throwing it. I went all in on the Ray-Bans that they were giving out. Did not win those. I put one singular ticket because my girlfriend goes to the beach. I was like, maybe she'll like this. Turned out it's a $90 bag.
Big wins.
That's what I'm saying.
Big wins.
Who would have thought that these beach bags, $90? Luckily, 0 for me.
Well, here we are. Maybe it'll give you some brownie points. That's really really the goal.
Yeah. I mean, I bought a gift that is 3 times the price, 4 times the price of that. So that one's the moneymaker right there. That one gets all the brownie points.
Yeah, fair. We set a price limit, my wife and I definitely exceeded the price limit.
That's the fun of it. She told me all right. I'm just gonna give I got her Hamilton tickets to go see the show. It's one of her favorite shows of all time.
That'd be awesome.
I told her if she got all A's. She's finishing up college. I told her if she gets all A's, we'll watch the movie. I was like, we'll watch the movie because we're finishing Star Wars right now. So I was like, we'll watch Hamilton before we finish the Star Wars series because we're only through 3 movies. She got all A's, so instead of watching the movie,
you're gonna go see it on Broadway.
No, I go see it live in version.
That's pretty sick. That doesn't suck.
No, not at all. I hope not. Until I find out, she goes, yeah, I actually hate it now. I'm just kidding. She listens to the music all the time. Cool. She listens to the music all the time, like even when she's driving. So I'm assuming we're all good in the hood.
I mean, I feel like you'd have to assume.
Yeah. I hope. We're hoping and praying. I mean, I bought plenty of other things. I bought like little. You know how like giblets are for Crocs? You ever heard
Yeah.
of giblets?
Can you get them for your bag?
You could get them for the bog bag, and I ordered like $30 worth. I bought like two $10 packs and like one big A that just like goes like attached to it because her name's Anna. So you know,
Oh yeah,
we are fully invested.
that's big. Yeah, I got Lauren a wine fridge.
What's her favorite kind of wine?
She's been liking Cabernet Sauvignon recently, and so I exceeded the budget getting her a wine that you can age in the fridge.
It's a 2-in-1.
Yeah, because I know absolutely nothing about that. So here we are.
That's what the girlfriends are for, though. They keep the knowledge in those departments.
Yeah.
I'm just here to build things when they get bought, you know? So you buy some of these that you put together.
Carry the heavy stuff and build the things. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure there's enough outlets to plug in the new things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know my role. But nevertheless, here we are. Hello and welcome back to the Boost Overball podcast. To listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kyle, K-Cube in the top left, joined by Quilly in the bottom right. It's officially Christmas season. I wish I have like a light up Christmas cactus. I thought about putting it like back in the setup back here, but I could not find it in time for this episode. But nevertheless, Christmas is here. On today's episode, we'll be talking about the FIFA E World Cup, the playoff bracket. We kind of killed it overall in our predictions. So we'll be going over our predictions. We'll revisit the matches, give our thoughts on the event as a whole again, and from there we'll be talking about Frosty Fest. That is now in the game, then diving into our esports decal tier list, all before wrapping up with overtime. So I'll apologize in advance to our audio-only listeners. We'll be doing this tier list. We're doing it live on Twitch, so the people on Twitch will be able to see the tier list as we are building it, but we will continually give rundowns towards the end of what decal we put in what category, and we will go from there. But are you ready to talk about some FIFA E?
Yes, sir. I mean, for better or for worse.
Yeah. So we'll kind of go over the results, and then we will talk about how every team fared, what we thought, and some takeaways from the event. So starting out in our quarterfinals, we have Saudi Arabia taking down Belgium 4-1, and we have Brazil taking down England in Game 7. And in the bottom side of the bracket, we have France sweeping Germany, and we have the U.S. sweeping the Netherlands. Moving into the semifinals, we have Saudi Arabia taking down Brazil 4-1, and we have France defeating the United States in Game 7 overtime to advance to the finals. And in the finals, they are Thanos. They are inevitable. France is able to take down Saudi Arabia 4-2 and become your 2025 FIFA E World Cup champions. So what are your initial thoughts on what happened, and were you really all that surprised?
If you asked me in the beginning and you were telling me in the future France was to be the winner, I wouldn't be surprised. But if you were to tell me during Game 6 of France versus United States with 11 seconds left, I would have told you you're damn wrong. But as we'll talk about in the future, because of that specific scenario. Unfortunately, not surprised. That team is stacked, and they find a way to win. Vatira and Zen, this is what we thought was going to be happening last year. I mean, they made it to the finals, so they almost did it, but Saudi prevailed this time around. Not as lucky. Could it be they didn't use the best possible talent? Possibly. Could it be that they there's a rift in the chemistry because of the Drali signing? Also possibly. A lot of things could be up in the air, but I mean, TRK himself was the best player possibly at the entire event. So I don't know how much you can blame of that. Yeah, I don't know. Are we talking about the event as a whole? Or are we taking bits and pieces?
You can talk about whatever you want. We've gone through the results, so if you want to keep going down on that one, keep going down.
Yeah, I mean the event itself was also awesome. It was like a dystopian version of the kickoff LAN with just like how big it was. There was literally like 2 or 3 stories of just like an arena with just two little quadrant or two little desks set up in the middle of it facing each other.
Yeah,
I
like
thought that was pretty
raised up.
cool. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. A little weird looking. Probably very awkward to be just sitting in front of that with everyone around you, fully surrounded. But no, the event itself was cool. Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, I'm actually looking at it right now. Day 4 of the days, 3 of them were taken by each of the Saudi Arabian players. Kalirs, Ruas, and TRK. So I mean, like the players, they were doing their job. Just France is inevitable. Juicy was the missing piece. He's cementing himself as a top player. Obviously, the Drali, him being the replacement for Drali, I'm pretty sure we did it as well as everyone dogged on it. Juicy being the replacement, as he's not going to be good enough, or he isn't the same caliber player. Obviously, maybe not the same caliber player, but by God, does he play well around them? He is so high IQ, and his abilities, his mechanics, they're up there with the best of them. So he's proven himself as possibly a top 10 player in the world. I don't know if it's just like being alongside Vatira, it just makes you that much better, because Atau's also reaping the success of being next to him. But yeah, the team is insane. Juicy performed beyond well. He's Vatira. It's really hard. It's really confusing how he's not talking about as the best player in the world, as much as it sucks at being a French player. He's just so good. Obviously, he has that one looming championship that he can't get. When the lights are their brightest at Worlds, he does not have that. But I'm sure we'll talk about that being his Achilles heel on his career later. But yeah, France, that team was just insane. But U.S., it took a French all-star team to take just NRG to 7. So take that. You can take that as an upside for the USA team. But Brazil also showing out, looking solid. As you said, they beat England in 7. You were the only one that predicted that out of the 3 of us, I believe. So kudos to you. Brazil looked great until they didn't against, obviously, Saudi, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world, excluding, obviously, France. But, yeah, now Brazil also reestablished themselves as possibly a top-tier team. We'll see if they can build on this, because they looked great, especially going against all these basically all-star teams for countries. So yeah, I mean, it was a great event. Obviously, who doesn't love watching Rocket League? The obviously only part that sucks about it is France just winning another thing.
Yeah. I mean, before I kind of jump in on the French bandwagon, I have to say that's a great showing from Furia from Brazil. They outscored England 15-7 in a 7-game series. England never scored more than 2 goals in a game. They held Saudi Arabia to 3 goals or less per game, which is a great showing from them. They weren't able to do enough to beat them, because KSA looked, dominant when they were on until they ran into France. But like realistically, I said I think that the USA France series was probably the best series of the tournament. Like you mentioned, USA goes up 2-1 with 11 seconds remaining in game 2, up 3-2. You're like, okay, this is it. And a kickoff strat is what dooms the US to OT and losing game 6. And personally, when that OT goal went in, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna lose this series. Like that's the turning point. That's the momentum. But we had talked about it in the discussion channel in our Discord. Shameless plug. Come talk some rock with us. We said maybe that's best case scenario for NRG, is they can maybe they can regain, maybe they can use that as some motivation. But like they played them close, right? And that's a super team. That's 2/3 of KC right there, right? You're missing a Tau, but I feel like
you got Zen in place of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's not that big of a drop off, or you know what I mean? Like either way you go, I feel like that's not that big of a drop off from one to the other. So that's really, in my opinion, that it's a positive thing to look at from NRG's side, as they are competitive with the best teams in the world, which is something that we were hoping was still the case coming off of a Worlds win. But nevertheless, congratulations to France, congratulations to Vatira and Zen and Juicy for their win. I definitely think Vatira could have been the MVP on day 3 or 4. I mean, he looked phenomenal. But really, Juicy, definitely the most underrated player of the tournament. I think he had a fantastic showing, and I think it really proved why they took him, along for the ride.
Yeah, I just can't get over like Game 6. Like they were up 2-1. Literally 11 seconds left in the game with a kickoff. All you had to do was just park the bus. I don't get why this isn't such a common thing. I don't care if it's lame. I don't care if it's boring. Just park the dang bus. There's 2 seconds left on the clock, and there's only one NRG player in the net. How that comes out, how we somehow come out of that losing is insane, and also very sad.
Indeed. Looking back at our predictions, you and Red both are. Quilly, you had Belgium, England, France, and the U.S. For top 4. That's 2 of the top 4. Red had Saudi Arabia, England, France, and the U.S. for 3 of the top 4, and I had Saudi Arabia, Brazil, France, and the U.S. So all 4. Quilly had England or Saudi Arabia winning.
I had France.
Oh, right.
I had England. The week prior, I said France.
Yeah. So, but Red has KSA, and I took France. So a rare 100% prediction from me on that one. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while on that one. So I don't expect it to happen again. But it was a good tournament for predicting for me. It was a great tournament to watch, even if you did have to wake up ungodly early to catch all the games. But I'll be looking forward to RLCS Open 2 kicking back up once we come back from our holiday break here for RLCS. But overall, great event. Congratulations again to France, and the U.S. I think was a few seconds away from being your champions. I think that they would have been able to get through KSA had they beaten France, but nevertheless, here we are. So, is there anything else that you want to talk about FIFA E before we wrap that up and move on to our next topic?
I have a Vatira question that we talked about, but I'll save it for the end.
Okay. Yeah. In oof in chat. Hope this isn't true, but I think Rawas's post curse is back. Certainly could be. But we will have to see what happens moving forward. But next, on to Frosty Fest. Frosty Fest is now live. When you log in for the first time, you'll be randomly assigned a Hogwarts house title. However, you can redeem all the house titles for free in the item shop right now. And repping your Hogwarts house, you get 1 point for every match you play in, and 3 points if you win that match. So the winning house will be awarded a 5th title. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but currently the standings are: in first place are Gryffindor with 8.8 million points. In second place, we have Slytherin with 4.4 million. In third place, we have Hufflepuff with 3.8. And in fourth, we have Ravenclaw with 3.4 million. So there's 14 days remaining on that. I highly doubt that anyone catches Gryffindor at this rate because they've doubled up on the second place team. But nevertheless, grab your titles, go forth and play some games. In addition, Frosty Fest items and challenges are now available too. You can win Hogwarts related items such as the Sorting Hat. You can buy the Valhalla car with all of the decals, but you can get some more Hogwarts cosmetics, as well as some of the the normal winter themed items that you've come to know and expect, like a cup of hot chocolate antenna, a snowman topper, earmuffs toppers, snowflake paint finish, things like that. So all of these items are available upon completion of the challenges for Frosty Fest in game now. So have you gotten to play any matches in Frosty Fest? Have you picked a house?
I was given Ravenclaw, but I did not. I obviously got all 4 of them because they're for free. But unfortunately, Sir Lewis Hamilton will forever be my house, and I will be rocking Sir Supersonic until the end of time.
Fair. I was given Gryffindor, so I just decided to rock whatever the game gave me, which lucked out on that one. I didn't even know that the rankings were up, and so I equipped it and checked. I was like, oh man, okay, well, this is kind of a unfortunate
so
free
you're
win.
so you scored 8. You're the one that scored all 8 million.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I've played probably 40 matches with the title on, so I've contributed, but definitely not 8.8 million. And I definitely didn't win all 40 of those games.
I definitely think if I was to pick one, I'd probably be rocking Slytherin just because they got some swag to them, even
Fair.
though they're little meanie heads.
Fair. But now I think it will be time to jump over to our tier list. Are you ready to talk some decals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will switch us over to our scene that you will be able to see everything. There we go. And I've preset this up so your face covers the ads, and mine is not in the way of anything. So
no free ads.
No free ads. Here we are.
Oh, yours are in a different order than mine.
Oh no!
I see what you're looking at. You're good. I can see on the stream.
Okay. I think we can kind of start out with an easy one. I'm D tier. I'm gonna say the wild card decal.
Yeah. It's really basic. It's really got no. I feel like it's got no character. It literally just has their colors and their logo on the front. I feel like it's definitely lacking.
I would tend to agree on that one. Now I think we can. That's just a layup. That's an easy one. Let's do a controversial one. How do you feel about the space station decal, the yellow decal with the kind of technicolored flowers that they got?
I mean, it fits their vibe because like Space Station's one of the more outgoing and adventurous orgs. I think they have some crazy like collaborations with other brands. So I mean, it's very on brand for them to like go out of the box and do something unique. Like it's not even in the ballpark of last year's design. They definitely used their freedom like to the max this year. I think it's unique. I think I saw a clip. I think I saw Alpha Cap say, I could just picture Diaz going coast to coast, flip resetting across the field with this this decal, and I feel like that's a great way to put it. I don't know if I put it in S. I mean, it's in my opinion, it's either S or A. It just matters how much you like the color.
Fair.
Personally, I'd put it A, but I feel like S really is not that hard to disagree with, in my opinion.
I will have to agree with you on the A. We definitely can move some of these around as we go along because, I'm sure that we'll have some like, oh my god, we have like 7 in A. Like there needs to be some in other categories. So, we can continue to move that. But for now, Space Station will go in A. I am not First Killer's biggest fan. I'll say that. That has been noted. However, Shop cooked on this one. I think Shop's got to be S. It's the space theme, the colors, great decal. Like I just can't say enough good things. I'm rocking that in game despite not being a huge Shop fan. Okay. Next up, another one of the colorful rainbow like flower theme. Flowers kind of seem to be the prevailing theme. We have a couple more flower inspired ones. Let's go with the Kansas City Pioneers, the white main decal with the blue and purple and teal flower patterns. What do you think about that one?
Oh, my bad. It was one hell of a sneeze I just
Oh, all good.
Which one?
The Kansas City Pioneers. The white decal with like the purple and green and teal flowers.
Yeah, I'm just straight up on Rocket League trying to find it. Fair. I think it's another unique one. They're really using the color palette because they quite literally used every single color you could imagine in the same. Honestly, it's like in the same vein as Space Station. Like it's really not that far off, like idea wise. Space Station's is a yellow base, and this one's just a light purple base. If you were to drop this around Easter time, dude, this thing's putting up numbers. This looks like an Easter car, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah.
But no, I think it literally looks like a tie-dyed egg or of some sorts, and I think it's another awesome design. Like the only problem I'm seeing in this is the same problem that SSG has. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's resonating like with the brand, but I feel like that. I feel like there's no like character, like meaning behind it, other than like it just looks cool. And sometimes that's all you need. It's hard to put it above the Space Station one just because it's like of the same vein. But I don't. It's hard to put it below it because the purple. It's a really nice purple. But I feel like the designs on the sides are just have like a little less structure than I'd like. So I'd probably say a B or an A.
Okay. I will give it an A. I'm liking the flower theme that we kind of got going here. The next one for me, and I feel bad doing this again, but I am kind of for power, team power. I am kind of that's another D for me in my personal opinion. Like it's their color scheme, it's the blue and the yellow. Kind of the lightning looks kind of cool, but like I feel like they could have done more with it.
I'm not that low on it as compared to you. I think
Okay.
it's got some character to it because obviously power, electric, it's power.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I think it look like the blue itself. It's a nice blue. I like a nice light blue, like the blue on top. The yellow throat, like I see what they're going for. It's definitely not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I'd probably give it a high C, low B, but I'd keep it in the C range.
Okay. I will. I
You can
will.
put it
I will
wherever-
keep it C then for that. Sorry in advance to Oof and to the Mina supporters, but in my eyes, I think the Falcons got to go B or C. Like it looks fine. The colors it matches their color scheme, but like I feel like they could have done better. Personally, like I feel like they could have done something a little bit more out there. I feel like they could have tried to make it more. I don't want to say like cutting edge because like that's not like, but they're not taking any chances on this one.
I'd say the way to describe this is it looks like a jersey. Like this
Yes.
looks like you're being sent out in a Team Falcons uniform.
Yeah, no, 100%.
What did you say?
I said
B
BC,
or A?
somewhere in there.
I'm in that same range. Like in terms of it being a uniform, it looks nice. It looks clean. It looks sharp, but it doesn't have like that extra pop to it that I feel like that you'd want to go for to try and get more sales. If you're buying this, it's purely because you're a fan of Team Falcons and not because you like the design.
Yeah. So I think
I'm
for
cool
that
with the
reason,
same ranking.
you're cool with what?
Whatever you pick for the ranking is, I'm in the same range.
Let's pick B. I'm treating B like that's like the middle. Like, yep, it's good. I'm a fan of the team. I'm repping it, but like you're not like hating. You're not hating it, regardless of what happens. So, another one similar to like in my personal opinion, that's like kind of about that same level is going to be GK. The blue, the yellow, it matches their color scheme. It looks like a jersey that you would wear, but it's just not like it's not popping. It's not giving you that wow factor or anything like you are getting with something that's just different.
I feel like this looks like same vein. It looks like a uniform, but it has just slightly more pop to it, but like in the most minimal amount than the Falcons one. The sides of it got a little bit of detail. I don't know what those are. It looks like a wrench.
It does a little bit. I can see it.
But like they got the GK's the pattern all over it. So I mean, I think it has just like slightly more character. It's the same as looking like a jersey, but it has a little bit more character to it than the Falcons. So
Yeah.
I'd probably put it in the same range.
So, and I was gonna treat like our little list here, like if it's farthest to the left, it's the top of that category.
Yeah, I mean, I put it above. I put it same above.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I put it. Honestly, if you could, I put them in the same exact spot. But
Yeah.
I think this one might edge it out just because it has a little bit more character to it.
Yeah. They're waiting for Twisted Minds at this point. I actually like the Twisted Minds decal more than I like.
We got to keep them waiting.
Yeah, fair. Okay. I think some of these, like, I feel like we could go through a little bit quicker here. I feel like the TSM decal, like the last iteration of the TSM decal had the dragon. It was awesome. It had that wow factor. This has some, again, it looks like it could be a jersey. Like, it's, in my eyes, maybe a little bit worse than the Team Falcons decal. They got the red, they got the black, they got the white, but like, I feel like they're not really doing anything to like match the jersey vibes.
I see what you're saying. I honestly disagree.
Okay.
I think I what I'm seeing is it looks like a red camo. It looks like a red, white, black. It looks like a camo-ish. It looks like a digital camo-ish mixer from like a Call of Duty skin. And I think obviously it doesn't resonate with like the team. It's like the brand itself, because obviously they're just black and white, plain to the point. But I think I personally like this. I think this is a high A or high B, possible A, in my opinion. Obviously, we see it different, but I think it's sharp. It definitely, the red gives it a pop, and like I said, it looks like a digital camo to me, and that's just one sick ass design in my opinion.
Okay, I will grant you an A on that one then. I have it right about the same area, just a little bit lower than that. I just, like, for me, I like the dragon better just because it was like something different from what we had normally seen. So compared to the dragon, I liked this one less, but it's still a good decal.
I can't remember I can't remember. I wish you could still look up last year's. They get rid of them completely.
You can look it up on like Google.
Yeah, I'm currently in Rocket League. I'm committed to the bit.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. What do you think about Furia?
I definitely think it's better than last year's by like eons. The chains were a bit weird. This purple, it looks unique. It looks crazy. It's like a tame version of the space station or the KC. It's like a tame version of that. Like it looks like it obviously. It looks like, because the main of the Furia line, it looks like that, but like just purple and all over the vehicle, like how it's got those notches to it. And I think this is a clean design. It looks pretty awesome. I'm really curious to see how many of these teams are going to be actually rocking these in game, because obviously a lot of them care about the placebo of like just seeing the visual of a car, or if they're going to be using Bacchus mod to just skin over theirs. But I'm gonna give this, honestly, this. I'm torn between S and A, but whatever you're feeling.
I'm thinking A, but again, we can readjust this. We can adjust this as needed, in my personal opinion. But that's like, in my eyes, that's like top of A. We're like an A plus or S minus kind of situation here. Let's do the champs here. NRG. What do you think about the NRG decal? I think I'm kind of a sucker for the stars on there. I think that's kind of cool. But what do you think? What are your thoughts?
This is another. I don't want to compare it again, but this is another jersey that looks like a uniform. But this is a uniform with that's just clean and has. I feel like it's obviously still has character. In the same way that you mentioned the two stars, obviously they have 2 world championships, especially the one that they just got, and we know that the champions get to be recognized, and they're taking that to full extent. They got the little stripe going up the middle that's got some cool designs in it. I honestly think this is one of the best. This is just like one clean ass design. It might be biased to call this S, but it's such a clean design. It doesn't like do anything crazy, but it does it in the right way. And it may be biased, like I said, but this is an S. Could go A, but this might be an S in my opinion.
I think it's an S for me as well. Like, the 2 stars look so clean, and again, probably biased. Yes, probably, but I think it looks good. I think that they took very few risks on this one, but I think that the minimalist design actually pays off for them, as like it did for them, and it did not for Wildcard, and that's really what it comes down to for me. Talking about a decal that I feel like tried to go minimal, and I don't think it worked out very well for them. And in my opinion, that's Foot. I mean, we know that they have some red in their logo. It's red and white, but it's really just like red scale cross-striped decal. Like, I don't think it looks amazing. I think, like, there's very few, like, just straight-up red decals, so I think that part kind of makes it stand out, but I feel like it's not really doing a whole lot, for me at least.
Yeah, I'm so torn on it because like I feel like the thought is cool, but like the
Better
the
in
end
theory than
product,
practice.
yeah, I feel like it just, I mean, it's just such a tough design, but like not in like the wow that's tough way. Um, it's just I feel like it just clashes.
It's just really basic.
I don't, yeah. I feel like it's just lines.
Yeah.
It's literally just lines. It's very confusing as like what they were going for, but literally it's just red and black lines with white stripes. I don't really have much to say on the matter. I think C.
I think that's fair. Maybe even generous, but I think it's fair.
I wouldn't be mad if anyone liked it. It's just not my forte.
I'm with you. Let's do NIP. Ninjas in pajamas. We got the nice clean black decal with their neon yellow accents and some purple in the back, kind of a phase change from black to purple as you move back into the car. What do you think about the NIP decal?
I think it's a nice and simple design. I didn't think they did anything crazy. They didn't want to take any crazy risk or do anything, but it works in this situation. It does it. It's representing the brand and not looking like a uniform in the same way the other ones, to keep comparing it to those. I think they do it right. I think it's just like a slightly above average clean design. I'd give it a B or probably a B.
I would as well. That makes it nice and easy. We're down to the last 6. Let's do the last of our flower power here. Let's do Gentle Mates. Nice royal blue decal with some flowers on them.
I feel like this is a sick design. I don't know how I feel about it for a car.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I do think it's a pretty. I think it's pretty, not practical. More than anything. I think there's a chance of it feeling heavy more than anything because of the dark, like the deep blues that are just. It's like a not a light blue, but it's like a dark blue on top of like a middle of the ground blue. Weird way to describe it, but it's just how I'm seeing it. But I mean, the flowers are a nice touch. Never go wrong with those colors. It's a nice popping pink. I thought they'd lean a bit more into the pink, being they are the pink wall. I think it's a solid design though. Like I definitely don't think it's bad. It's definitely not C. Maybe high B, low A.
I'm good with a B here. Like I think that you kind of hit the nose right at, or you hit the nail right in the head. Like it's a cool decal, or it's a cool design. I think it would go hard on a jersey. I don't know that it looks amazing on a car. And also selfishly, I really liked the all pink, like the pink and white one that they had last time around. I think it was very different, very bright, very cool. I don't want to say that this one was like they played it safe, but like it seems more safe than like an all pink decal. But nevertheless, still a good design, still a cool decal, just not one that I rock.
I think they had an all pink one last year, didn't they?
Yes, it was all pink and white.
In terms of them not like just firing back another pink one, they're keeping it different. So at least you have a reason to buy the car. I think I think it's a very pretty design. It is definitely a pretty looking design.
Fair.
Like I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's jump into. Let's do Dignitas next. Kind of this glitched pink and blue and black and white kind of theme with the little Dignitas logo with the eyes crossed out, kind of like a Daft Punky kind of vibe.
I was gonna say Cyberpunk.
Yeah, no, that's a better way to put it. But it's a very solid decal. I think it kind of fits this current season of Rocket League, like in-game season. Kind of fits the aesthetic for that. I like the pops of color. I definitely don't think I could see this being a jersey of any kind, which is kind of something that we've knocked a lot of these other decals for. But like, it's just not what I expected from Dignitas.
Honestly, if there was an F, I'd probably put this in F. The colors themselves just like don't mesh in my opinion. I feel like it doesn't know what it wants to be because like the sides are black, pink, or blue, black, pink, and then just the top is just white and black, and just a stripe going down it. It's going for like a techno feel. It looks like it's just not anything I enjoy looking at visually. Like I feel like if I was to put this on, I'd feel like a worse player.
Okay, I will give you the D tier then on that one. But
hey, pause.
Yeah, sorry. the lowest tier then I'll say it that way. Moving along, let's do Gen G. Kind of the black and white with some red accents. I think this is a better decal for them than their previous decals. I kind of like this one. I think that the accents work pretty well. I don't know that unless they kind of did like a limited run jersey. I think that it is unique enough that it looks really cool.
I just don't see where the red's coming from. I mean, like in the same TSM is like black and white, so like they could have picked any color and that just would have been a difference. But like Gen G has gold, black, and white, so they already have 3 colors. I feel like they could have worked with. Obviously, there's a little bit of gold in it. I feel like the red just doesn't mesh well, in my opinion. This is honestly.
Well, I think that the other colors come in because like Gen G Mobile 1 is their like their title sponsor, and Mobile is a blue MBIL and then a red O. So I think it's an homage to their title sponsor.
That makes a little bit more sense. I didn't look at it that way. Visually, though,
I could be super wrong. I have no idea, but that's kind of what
You're making more sense of it than I would. But visually, this isn't my cup of tea. I'd probably put this C, D, but I mean, wherever you feel, you like it more than me. It's all you.
Let's go. I'd put it B for now, but we can revisit this because I think it's better than like Falcons or GK, which we have also in B. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Next up, we got a pair of European decals here. We got Vitality. I mean, I think that the fans of Vitality are going to rock this regardless of what it is every year. The Yellow Jackets love themselves some Yellow Jackets, which I understand. But, I mean, I feel like it's a cool enough decal, but it's black and yellow. That's their colors. That's what their jerseys look like. It's kind of just a retread of previous ones, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a little bit too safe. I feel like even comparing it to it's similar in vein to the Ninjas in Pajamas, but I feel like that one was just slightly more cleaner than this one. It's a little bit all over the place, but with the arrows all over it. It's not bad. Do they also have 2 world championships, or is that a part of their logo? The 2 stars.
They have 2.
All right, so I'm assuming that's what that is.
I would imagine so.
Hey, get your own thing, buddy. Get out of here. Yeah, no, they're. It's definitely not a terrible design. I just wouldn't say it's like a good or great one. The yellow like stripes on the side they just look like they're there more than anything. But yeah, like I said, it's not a terrible design. I'd probably say CB.
Yeah, I'm with you on C on that one. Up next, we got Carmine Core.
Cars.
What?
The Carsy.
Yeah.
That's very much trending all over Twitter. It was just which cars have that design on the back of it.
Yeah, no, that is insane.
Now, this is honestly a sick design, though. This is one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest, in all of it. Obviously, it's not having any of the blue wall in it. It's just straight up black and white, but it does it great. And great is underselling it. I think this design's honestly one of, if not the best. I think Shopify gives a good run for its money. But I think this one's clean. It's unique. It really they just do whatever they want with it. They just like took their own design and ran with it. I think this is an S in my opinion.
I tend to agree. I think that they definitely did the best of the minimalist. I don't know if that's just because they didn't try to do too much, or just because people are suckers for a black and white decal. It remains to be seen, but I think that they did a phenomenal job here. They hit a home run.
I think the way I'd put it is they did a lot with a little. Like they literally just took black and white and just like some flowers. I don't know what those flowers are called. I can't remember they're usually purple, right?
I think so.
God forbid I knew flowers. If my girlfriend was here to ask her, she knows flowers. But no, this design is awesome. They really make the shadow effect look awesome on the flowers, and just like the white accents is just beautiful. I think this is truly an awesome design, and it's a black car, which is very hard to get in the game. Obviously, it has a little bit of white to it, but this is clean.
Indeed. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Twisted Minds decal.
I'm conflicted on this one. Like I feel like it's awesome in some parts and horrible in some parts. I feel like the colors are a little bit too bright. Like you're seeing this car from a mile away, you're reading whatever it's doing. There's like no hiding this car. I feel like some part of Rocket League is just moving fast and like missing a car. You're not missing this thing. This thing is so bright. Obviously, the Space Station one could also be selling from the same effect, but like their colors are awesome. I just don't know why. Just visually, it's not working. But I mean, they also have, I can't remember the name of their character, the little brain guy, but they have like a bunch of them patterned on top with like different eyes and emotes on the roof of the car, and I think that looks awesome. They also have it on the side fenders, it looks like, and that also looks clean. Like I love those little details because I just think the little brain guy looks awesome. So I'm kind of conflicted. I think it's bad in some parts, but also awesome in others. I'd give it a high B, low A.
Okay. I will join you in the A here. I think that I like the baby blue and pink combo. I think that a lot of the attention to decal or the attention to details in this one is cool. I certainly could see a design like this maybe on a jersey, but it would have to be like it would be like one of the more polarizing jerseys in my personal opinion. So I think that it looks good. I think that it's also very bright, like you said, but I think it's still. I feel like I want to reward some of the teams for trying to be just a little bit out there.
Yeah, like as much as I don't like it, I still see it as a clean design. So I'm not going to hate on it. That's why I'm giving it the high B, low A, because it's still a cool design. It's just something about the colors. Like, and I'm a huge fan of blues, but like something about it just isn't sitting right with me, and I cannot tell what. But yeah, no, it's an awesome design. I really like what they did with the brain.
Yeah, no kidding. And so that was the last decal that we have to rate. So I will go through them, for our audio only listeners, and just to kind of make sure we got everything we want. But currently in S tier, we have the Shopify Rebellion, the Carmine Corps, and the NRG decal. I think that certainly seems about right. In our A tier, we have Furia, Space Station Gaming, Kansas City Pioneers, TSM, and Twisted Minds. In our B tier, we have Ninjas in Pajamas, Gentle Mates, GK Esports, Team Falcons, and Gen G Mobile 1. In our C tier, we have Power, Vitality, and Foot. And in our D tier, we have Dignitas and Wildcard. So, anything that you want to change personally? From our list that we have here so far.
Let me pull it up on the big screen. But I mean, I will say I didn't get to talk about it because I was busy in a sneeze fit. The Shopify Rebellion decal. Oh my gosh, what a decal. S tier is under deserving of what it deserves. Because oh my gosh, not only did they make a cool design, they used the team's colors, and that is an even better like pat on the back for them because they knocked it out of the park with this one. The space design, the way the blue and the green just like looks like a galaxy in the car. I think it's an awesome design. But looking at the list, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's kind of very hard to like just
Yeah.
look at it and hate, but no, I'm not really hating it. Hating what we put together.
Neither am I, and I'm gonna share this. We'll get a picture of this and put this on Twitter with our tier list. We'll send the link out for people who want to in our Discord. We'll send out the link for people who want to do their own tier lists. Kind of see how you compare to ours and what your thoughts are. It's definitely a very polarizing topic, but I thought it'd be a fun one to do right before Christmas. Certainly, a lot to talk about and a lot of conversations to be had. I certainly own quite a few of these decals, even some of the lower rated ones. I just, was like, may as well just buy them, right? So here we are. But is there anything else that you wanted to talk about our tier list before we kind of continue on?
Yeah, no. I'm really like this year in terms of decals. I think was eons better than last year. I feel like last year lacked personality, lacked creativity. Obviously, there's a lot of complaints still with the anodized pearl situation.
Yeah.
Everyone yearns for the anodized pearl. But
I think that was just a fiasco on Epic's part because they told all the people that it was going to be anodized, and then when the decals went in game, they're like, "Oh no, they're matte." So everything looked terrible. So like the Luminosity one that was yellow was supposed to be gold, like gold, and it just was not.
I did not know that. I just heard everyone complaining about the anodized, but yeah, no, it's what the hell, Epic? What are we doing here? What are we? But no, like I said, these are eons better than last year. I feel like there's so much more personality in these than like last year, where it was just like it literally just looked like the team's logo slapped on, and like they just put the color on it. And some of them tried to be unique with it, but it just didn't land. But this year, I feel like even the ones that weren't like seen as good, they're still solid. Like the wild card one, like it doesn't have like anything crazy to it, but like if you're a wild card fan, that's what like at the very minimum you're looking for. Dignitas, they get a little unique with it like that. Like I know I put them both low, but they're still not terrible, and especially compared to last year. Obviously there were some hits last year. I can't even think off the top of my head how any of them looked or if any of them were that great. But like this year, I think this was knocked out of the park in terms of this year's jersey or like whatever decals is an S.
Yeah, hopefully now we can just maybe buy some jerseys in like Boston or in Dickies again when they go for the third time.
I'm praying, dude.
Me too. Holy, please.
Hey, I'm trying to give you my money, Epic. Let me pay for these jerseys.
Or maybe just have more than one merch stand, and that might help a little bit too. So we shall see on that one.
Also, can we make them not $90?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But also, moving on, we're kind of, from a schedule perspective, this is going to be our last episode of the year. We will be taking next week off to spend some time with family and friends, and we will be back to continue on in the new year. But we have a couple of things that we want to mention first and foremost. So from us here at the Boost Overball podcast, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice if that's what you celebrate, Happy New Year, wherever it is in the world that you are listening to this. We can't thank you guys enough for listening, for hanging out, for talking some ball, for allowing us to go to these events in person and bring you the content that we can. We certainly cannot say enough good things about all of you people for watching, for spending your time with us, for giving time out of your busy day to listen to what we have to say. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you. But we do have some stats. So Spotify Wrapped came up. If we were in your Spotify Wrapped or YouTube Rewind, we'd love to see that. That would be awesome. But we have some stats from Spotify for creators specifically. So in 2025, we had a growth of 142% in total audience. We had a 999% increase in total new audience, and we had an increase of 37% in followers. So a huge bump for all of the metrics that we've seen there. And then from a personal standpoint for us, we published 50 episodes this year, one per week, only missing 2, including next week being one of them. We had over 4,000 listens, and we've been listened to in over 15 countries. So a lot to be thankful for, a lot to be inspired for us to continue to bring you guys the best content that we can, to continue to do the show, to continue to grind. It's very humbling to see. It's very awesome to see. So we got big things coming next year. We can't wait to continue the journey. And again, thank you guys so much for listening and for being along for the ride.
Yeah, this is an awesome journey. Obviously, I'm just going to chalk up that 999% growth to me join. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nothing else changed.
But no, yeah, it's honestly a huge honor that people are listening. It's honestly one of the coolest things. On OpenEd, I kind of do this thing at the end of the year where I just say, like, genuinely, we can't do this without you, because if you're not listening, we're literally just talking to each other. And regardless, we'd still probably be doing that because it's fun. But you guys listening and getting that feedback that it's awesome to listen to, especially Oof every week. Shout out to him, who every week tells us when he's listening to the episode, or if he's missing, he's going to catch on to it. Like, just that type of feedback is awesome. Like going to these events and having, like, I'll say I'm on Boost Over Ball, and they go, oh, I had someone tell me, like, literally I was listening to that on the way to Raleigh. So, like, that's even awesome. Like, people, they don't know me by the face, they just hear me by the voice and they can recognize me. It's honestly one of the sickest things, and it makes content creation like that much more rewarding, just because we're making a service and you guys are using it, and it's I try to like be as interactive with everyone in the Discord. Another self plug, like RLCS discussion. I'm literally always talking in that. I'm sending every link to every Twitter article. I'm just always yapping that, even if I'm yapping to the void. Just because if someone's reading it, dude, I'll be there. I'll be there to just talking, dude. You put me in front of a wall, I'm going ham on it. But
hey,
yeah, Paul. But yeah, no, this is honestly one of the coolest things, and getting to just talk ball is awesome. A dream come true in some way, because it's just like getting to have a platform just to yap about sports is sick as hell. So to see these numbers that we're getting is awesome. Just to like that, know that people are listening and that we aren't just talking to each other all day every day, it is cool. So yeah, truly honored and grateful to every singular human, even if you hate us. Appreciate you tons.
Oh yeah,
as I know I'd be saying stupid shit.
I think we all be doing that. But again, lastly, thank you guys. We'll stop talking about that stuff, but I think it's time for overtime and a Quilly question. We got a couple of questions in overtime. We got a couple from Oof, who said in one message, is Farah officially the greatest coach of all time? Do you think the finals loss will hurt or help Mina in Boston and Raleigh's early exit? How does France's win affect LeBron's legacy?
The last question is one we're all waiting to know.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I kind of think that you have to. If Farah isn't the greatest Rocket League coach of all time, he's certainly on the Mount Rushmore.
Like if he's not, who is?
That's what I'm saying. I have absolutely no idea. I think it's got to be him.
Yeah, I think it's honestly, it's just becoming a race for second place. Farah's just aura farming on this point, on us at this point. That man somehow, without even touching controller, strikes more fear into more people than Zen himself.
He strikes more fear now than he did when he was playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like without the controller, dude, he's the most terrifying human being. That bus, he's a mental bus just to look at. He is the Fortnite bus. But yeah, no, he's got to be it.
I'm just thankful that he's not behind the sticks of the players for Rocket League every time now. He will, to my understanding, he continues to be the coach for all coaches for Karmine Corp, and I think he will continue to be the coach for the Rocket League for France's Rocket League division. So congratulations to him on that for retaining that, and huge victory for him and for his country. But I think it's got to be Pharah. I don't really see another option there. Secondly, do you think the finals loss will hurt or help MENA in Boston?
I mean, MENA as a whole, it's kind of hard to judge because like 2/3 of them and 1/3 are on 2 different rosters. So it's kind of hard to say whether it would help or hurt because it's hard to judge this because like none of these teams outside of USA are teams. I feel like the only one that may be true. You're right. You got me there. But I mean, like they're trying to find ground, so I feel like this might give them another confidence boost. But outside of those 2 teams, like I feel like no one can really build off of this because like you're not going to be playing with any of these people unless you're Vatira playing with Juicy or you're one of the twins.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I don't think it's going to be like beneficial towards them. If anything, it might have hurt their confidence. Because they just went from getting smacked by TRK to losing with TRK. So I think the Twins and Drali, they got a lot of soul searching to do. Twisted Minds, they're the top dog in Poltergeist in the room, top dog in MENA right now. So yeah, I genuinely don't think this has any effect on them. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Drali was on his own team and he had an early exit, but he was playing with quite literally a no name. So. How much stock you put into that? I think he's just there to have fun.
Certainly not Itachi. That's it's a little bit of a drop off from Itachi to Skyrix. So no shade towards Skyrix who performed very well, but not Itachi. But I mean, the questions about MENA, in my opinion, are good. But like, I mean, we already know the script.
Scared. This is just K-Corp winning everything.
No, you know this. We've talked about this already. A disappointing season and a Worlds win in Dickies. A disappointing season and a Worlds win in Dickies. A disappointing season and potentially a Worlds win in Dickies. It's Monkey Moon and Twisted Minds to win Worlds or bust. And then I'm gonna cry because it's so predictable. We've seen it from almost a full year away.
Yeah, it's inevitable, unfortunately. It might have only helped TRK because he was like, yeah, I really hate playing with these guys. I get to go back and play with Nobu and freaking Monkey Moon. Hell yeah, sign me up. I'm going to pretty much scoot my way into a free world championship because he's going to turn into the greatest player of Rocket League again.
Please, anywhere else other than Dickies so I don't have to see that and cry. That's like really all I have to say about that. But, I mean, I just... I've been saying that for a couple of months now because it seems to be the play because 2022, 2024, potentially 2026 Worlds in Fort Worth at Dickies Arena. If Monkey Moon wins all 3, that's unreal. But at that point, he's probably the greatest player of all time. Like that's just what it is.
I think if either Vatira or Monkey Moon win Worlds, they become the GOAT.
Does an NRG repeat make Atomic the GOAT?
Oh, dude, I honestly didn't even talk about that. Oh my god, I have gained like such a new respect for Atomic. I lost it all at game 2, 2 seconds left in the game when they scored. But up until that point, oh my gosh, Atomic was a freaking demon at at FIFA E. He was everywhere. Him and Beast Mode were on it. Like honestly, Daniel looked like civilian, like next to them. Like that's how great Atomic was playing. Beast Mode was obviously playing great because he's Beast Mode. He's gonna play up to par, if not better than everyone. But yeah, Atomic was just moving different. He was on a different like playing field compared to everyone else. Up until Game 6-7. Oh God, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was so rough. What a world championship does for them. I don't know. It's so hard. It's hard to judge Atomic because like it's all three of them. Like
Yeah.
they're all three great individually, and like as a team, they're even greater. Like it's just so hard to like judge these players because like they're just
Well, I just feel
they're
like
just synonymous with each other.
if they like broke up, they'd be and went to a new team, they'd be the best player on their team, regardless of who's on the team.
Yeah,
But then together, it's like, oh my god.
I feel like the only exception could possibly be the fourth killer himself.
That's the position he'd play on the team if he was on NRG. He'd be fourth. He'd be the sub.
I mean, that's pretty much what it pretty much.
But realistically, and this is probably the most important question that we've had all day, how does France's win affect LeBron's legacy?
We beat France in the France in the World Cup, and that's all that mattered. Not the World Cup. What's the thing called? The Olympics.
Yeah,
the
in
Olympics?
basketball, that's really the important part, right?
You know, that's what matters. Just take that, Wembanyama.
Yeah, well,
it's my favorite meme of all time. Now, how does this affect LeBron's legacy?
It's a good question. I mean, pretty soon LeBron's going to own an esports org, and that's going to be his legacy. So here we go. That just seems to be the way of things. But did you have your clear question? Did you have anything else that you wanted to ask before we wrap up?
It's the last one of the season, so I can't be too mad at going a little bit long. But I would it's like one question, one like partial like topic to talk about. But
let's do it.
Do you think Vatira winning Worlds will make him the GOAT?
That's a phenomenal question. He's won. Has he won
2 lands?
Has he won a EWC or
yes,
or Gamers 8 or whatever? You know,
he won EWC just past year. Yeah, K Corp won it with Drawley.
Yes, you're right.
That's what he has. He has 2 land. I think he has 3 land wins.
Yeah, two majors, a EWC, and then now a FIFA E.
And 14 regional championships.
Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, I think that the NRG boys are like, I think Atomic is closing in on that because he's almost three-peated twice and hasn't, but like he's got a lot of regional wins too. But I mean, I think that Vatira has won everything that there is to win except a world championship. I certainly think on talent he's one of the best players in the world. If he wins a world championship, I don't know that he's the GOAT, but he's definitely in my Mount Rushmore, my top 4 of all time, in my personal opinion. I just like, because Monkey Moon, in my opinion, has also been there, done that, and won everything that you can, and he's done it twice, right? He's won 2 worlds. So, like, I don't even know that he's, like, the greatest player in his region that's active right now, right? I think Vatira's a better player than Monkey Moon in terms of skill right now, but I don't know what it is about Fort Worth and Dickey's Arena, but Monkey Moon just turns into, his final evolution.
But he doesn't have any major wins though, right?
I'm not sure about that. I will double check that. I feel like he does, but I also don't know for sure. His Spring Split Major, second place. I'm going by placing. Fall Split Major, they won against NRG in 2021-2022. They won the RLCS X Winter EU Major, the Fall EU Major. Oh, that was during COVID, so I guess maybe that doesn't fully count. So I think he has, but that's like the Fall Split Major. Yeah, he's got 1.
All right, so he's got something there. Yeah, I think purely from a talent perspective, I think it's so hard to deny Vatira, but his ability to just not show up in Worlds is just such like a stain on his legacy or possibility of an even greater legacy. We'll see if he eventually does get over the hump. But yeah, it's just so hard to judge at this point because like he's just lacking that, and I feel like he could be so much because like it's it's so hard to not see him as like the best player in the world just because he's so consistent and like so like you play against him, you're expecting him to win. Any team you see go against him, you're expecting Vatira to come out on top because he's just that good, that consistent, and just great. That's just Glaze at this point, though. The follow up, a little mini thing. Obviously, Oof mentioned it in chat. What did you follow up anything on the Vatira talking or getting a little bit whiny, a little bit upset about the boos in Saudi Arabia, saying they were disrespectful? But there's multiple clips of Mina players getting booed in France at Worlds just a couple of months ago.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like you're not. Like, it's been mentioned before at previous events where people, like, home crowds were booing people during the interviews, and, like, you know, I can understand that you want to be able to hear what they're saying for the interview, but I feel like you can't fault the crowd for being loud and, you know, spirited, I'll say, right? Like, you're not like attacking the person on an individual level. You're not saying anything like any like hate speech or anything like that, to my knowledge, right? It was just like boos mostly. But, you know, I think personally it's not that big of a deal. I think that they're making a lot out of nothing. But, you know, because in my eyes it's all good fun, right? Because that's really what makes the RLCS as good as it is the fans, the crowds, the people who care about it. So, I mean, like, you can't be talking out of two sides of your mouth saying like you shouldn't be booing and then have, you know, your fans boo everybody else anyway. So
yeah, I think it's a little backhand on his end. I think calling it disrespectful was a little bit crazy and a little bit sensitive on his part. That's why I said a little bit whiny, because I felt like it came across a little bit like wah, you know, like, you guys booed us. That's your biggest complaint. That's the disrespect. Like, and as mentioned, France was booing. They booed in every Nobu, TRK, and I think Ruas as well. All of them at one point interviewed on stage and booed by the French crowd. So a little bit hypocritical, a little bit, I feel like possibly whiny, but just my 2 cents on the matter. I think, but at the end of the day, it's a video game. People are gonna get, like, I think even NA booed the hell out of Exotic, I think, when he was being interviewed in Raleigh. To my knowledge, I'm going off memory. I feel I can just vividly remember Exotic hitting the hand on the ear.
yeah,
Can't hear.
They
You're
were
not
doing
loud
that
enough.
too. Like,
Yeah.
Vatira did that like after. So did Farah after the game was over.
Oh yeah, and then
They were
that's
asking
the
for it.
thing on top of it is that he was doing like the shush and like the simmer down. Like, if you're gonna say it's disrespectful and immediately start firing back, where's the line? You know, like, obviously you feel disrespected and you want to fire back, but like, which way are you gonna have it? You can't have it both ways if you're gonna complain. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter.
I'm with you. Definitely an interesting situation, but
I think boos are gonna happen. No matter where you go, someone's getting booed.
regardless of where you go, regardless of what sport you're in, regardless of how it goes, that's really where I'm at. But any other questions or topics that you wanted to bring up before we wrap up for today?
Oh, that is all for the year. My throat is on its last limb.
Well, with that, again, we'd like to thank you all so much for listening. We'd like to remind you that this podcast is proudly brought to you by our name level supporters on Patreon, Alyssa B. Please remember to rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts, share the show, tell a friend. It all helps us grow our audience and improve the show. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitch, which we're currently live recording on right now. And come join our Discord. Make sure to support us by checking out our merch store and our Patreon. This is how we fund the show and do giveaways in the future. All of these links and more can be found on our website at boostoverball.com. And from us here on the show, as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Make sure to check out our website, boostoverball.com.